As if we needed any further proof, the amount of copying and gaslighting surrounding the Veilguard has revealed just how corrupt gaming journalism has become these days, giving all the ammunition those shilling fans needed to consider this game a win and provide further free promotion for this awful game.
You are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping and seething. The truth it is scalding, and now you are molding and coping so hard. Coping and seething.
All studios need now is money, and they're guaranteed good reviews from these outlets, and while old fans will not be fooled by said good reviews, newcomers surely will. Because unless they are massive fans of a franchise, most gamers are casual gamers who rely on game reviews to decide whether to buy a game or not. Something evident by the sheer amount of people who were fooled by the reviews and marketing from the Veilguard, bought this left-wing manifesto disguised as a game, saw it for what it truly was once they played it, and then started going back and asking for refunds. If you do not believe the people whose sources told them so, believe the fact that the Veilguard's trade-in value, a game that came out 2 weeks ago, is the same with a game that came out a year ago. IGN, the pinnacle of paid gaming journalism, gave this game a baffling 9, while also claiming that this game is somehow so good that we might actually never see another Dragon Age game again. After the fan backlash, however, they started backtracking and said that the Veilguard is at war with itself, and it does feel a little disconnected from where we left off a decade ago. And also, if you were expecting decisions from previous games in the series to carry over, I'm sorry to say they've never mattered less, none of which seemed to matter to them back when the game was freshly released. And while I understand that the two articles were written by two different people, so obviously their opinions on any given subject will differ from one another, my question is, why weren't both reviews released 2 weeks ago when the game came out? And then let people decide whether they wanted to trust either A, the reviewer that just happens to be trans, who saw their political, social, and personal views affirmed in the game, clapped like a seal and decided to give the game a 9, or B, the guy who knows what old Bioware was really all about and that this is what all Bioware needed in order to be successful again. And to be honest, because of the massive success that some live service games and some MMOs have had throughout the years, I think RPGs have lost track of who they are as games to their core, which is a good story with good companions. Yes, the mechanics matter as well, but the main thing that an RPG needs is a good story and good companions. And that's all people need. People who like RPGs will keep coming back to your game as long as the story is captivating. And that's all you need really, just a close-knit community of people who love the story, and that's it. We'll keep following you and whatever game you pump out after that, as long as the story is great. And the same is true about the Veilguard. It did not need to be the next Baldur's Gate 3, it just needed to be a good Bioware game again. That's all we really needed. This reviewer said so himself in an article 4 months before the game was even out. But of course, we all know who gamers were more likely to listen to, and IGN just couldn't have that, after the paycheck they probably got from EA and their need to be on the dev studio's good side. Gaming journalism no longer has gamers' best interest at heart, but gaming studios and publishers' interests instead. I don't really think that anyone needed this, but this was just further proof that we should only rely on other gamers' opinions of games and not on some paid journalist's opinion of it. And if it wasn't obvious, this was the final nail in the coffin. A true reminder that gaming journalism is well and truly gone.